Yo, Nick Faber here from the Honolulu Blues. It's spring, summer's coming up, it's t-shirt weather. Where's the best place to get Detroit sports t-shirts? This code right here. Just scan it. You're going to have the best options of Detroit Lions, Detroit Tigers t-shirts. We have Red Wings, we have Pistons. It's time to wear t-shirts, so get the best ones by scanning this QR code. And as always, go Lions! It's Friday. Ooh, boys, it's the freaking weekend. We're about to have some fun. This is a Friday night show. Man, we are all, anyone who is like, okay, they're going to be on a Saturday or Sunday morning now. Like, wait a minute, guys. What is going on? If you're catching us live, we do appreciate it. We're very spontaneous with when we do our live shows. As always, I'm Nick. Over there is Adam. Under both of us is Julius. And we have a splendid show. It is one of our favorite shows of the year. We are going to break down and predict the entire Detroit Lions 2025 schedule in May. It is a very fun show. I would say outside of maybe Jeopardy. Would you guys agree? Like Jeopardy, this show and the over-unders kind of like our best shows until like the playoffs come. And then those shows are electric, obviously. So we have a lot of fun. Before we get into all of that schedule talk, though, let's talk the Tigers, right? Our Gritty Tigs are electric. Do not miss a game. 7:07 tonight, Eastern Standard Time start. If you missed either of the last two games against Boston, I feel for you. I'm sorry that you did that. Maybe you fell asleep. Maybe you were like, we're losing. This just doesn't feel right. Whatever it was, you turned it off at the wrong time because it was electric. Adam, what are you thinking about them Gritty Tigs right now, bud?
Oh, my gosh. This is like – it's so much fun. Honestly, like we had Cabrera, Verlander, Scherzer, Price all at one point. But honestly, this team might be more fun of a watch just given what everyone's doing from the Javi Baez resurrection – to just like the best pitcher in baseball and Scooball. Casey Mize returned. Torkelson, tons of guys are just playing to their peak potential. But man, oh man, those last two games, that hopefully lets every Tigers fan know, don't shut the TV off. Make sure ninth inning's over with because these Tigers can win any deficit at any moment. Well, maybe not any moment, but like the last 2 outs, 2 strikes, Tigers don't count them out. It will happen again this year. I can guarantee it will happen again. So make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you're not thinking, regular season game, shut the TV off. No, these Tigers are such a fun team to watch. It is just – it's really like brought my love for baseball. Well, I guess I didn't really have a love for baseball, but it's given me a love for baseball. And I know more Tigers players, more Tigers stats than I ever had before.
That's electric, dude. That's what winning will do. And when you're the best team, it's awesome. Julius, you're all the way out in Germany. I don't know how many games you're watching. I'm sure you're catching StatCast and whatnot, but it's midnight. So, take a shot of 5 Hour Energy and tell us about the Tigers.
I'm catching quite a few Tigers games, boys, because that's the great thing about baseball. They play 162 games. And they just so happen to have quite a handful of them. I want to say 30 to 40 that they play these weekday, like mid-afternoon games in America, like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. And that's like 7, 8 p.m. for me over here. I'm catching a game right after dinner with a cold beer, Go Tigers. It's been so fun watching them this year, especially for that reason alone. Because I feel like last year, once the Lions season ended, like I kind of didn't. The Tigers, they started slow. They didn't go hard until the end of the season, so I didn't pick up. But now I'm picking up early, and it's giving me something to do. Kind of not ignoring the whole NFL domination with their schedule release, but just kind of putting it on the back burner. And the Tigers are first, so it's been a fun time.
It's kind of how it was for the draft as well. The schedule release,
Yeah, we said that. Yeah,
like it's just. Yeah, these NFL like off-season moments are important. They're fun, but I don't know. It's more fun to watch 2 outs, Riley Green and Torkelson get those outs with a man on second, and Sweeney get him over to third, and Javi Baez hit a 3-run home run.
Javi Baez,
dude, that was electric. That was like. And I'm so happy it was him. His second 3-run home run of the game-altering 3-run home run, both times changed the score. Guys, what happens when Parker Meadows comes up? Matt Vierling's supposed to be coming up soon. Like, what are we doing?
You make it work.
Yeah.
Just make it work. So
Javi Baez can play utility. He can play shortstop, third, center field. You can put him in left field or DH.
I don't want him anywhere other than center field, dude. I want him starting 162 games at center field on this pace.
So do you want Parker Meadows starting too?
I'll take Parker and Carpenter. No, so they're both lefties. Crap.
Why can't isn't it like an outfielder like is it more specific to play like center field, left field, right field, or like? So I've always taken it like, all right, if you're an outfielder, you're probably pretty good.
No, you need center field. You need your most athletic outfielder in center.
Not just athletic. I will also add on top of what Julius says and say you're alpha. You need a guy who's going to be the guy who's talking and calling people off. Like, it's my ball. And Javi is that. Like, he is such a good center fielder and a good captain out there. Okay. And sure, he's obviously still taking notes from Carp and Green and whoever else is out there. But it's like, it's fun to see him out there. I don't know. It's just,
he's good at it.
Parker Meadows is a Golden Glove level.
I know.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We cannot forget that.
So Javi has to come off the bench. You got to have Parker start, and that's kind of just like what we're gonna have to do.
I mean, I think you put Kerry Carpenter at DH, and then you just you make it work with Green, Javi, and Meadows in the outfield.
Yeah, AJ Hinch is really smart about starting Green, like Carpenter when he needs to, and pinch hitting him when he needs to. And we just have so many bats, and it's these bats that are small ball bats. It reminds me of like the 2000 and like, was it 13 or 14 St. Louis Cardinals when like David Freese, and they had like Albert Pujols. It's not the same, but it's just they had a lot of contributing players on that team. On the hit, and it's just guys you never heard of who aren't really going to do anything but have these big moments. And that's kind of how I feel like Trey Sweeney will never be a household name. It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, but it doesn't matter because he's just going to hit the ball really well, and he's going to play good D, and he's going to do good slides, and we're just going to do everything the right way. It's electric. It's fun. It's fun. Right now, let's get a heat check. Adam, how many games will the Tigers finish, or how many wins will the Tigers finish with?
So I'm really bad with win totals, especially in baseball. I know like 90 was like everyone was like sniffing around, maybe like 91, 92, 93. I am going to say they will be, I'm going to say 99.5 is my line.
Over or under that?
That's the tricky part.
Well, I need an answer. So.
I think we get to 100. I know the division's wicked, and we're going to have to play everyone else like a million more times, but it just seems like we just keep getting better and better and better. And if you look at since like someone posted the stat, but it was, I guess the Tigers' last 88 games, they're 60-28. So just they've continued off of that second half of the season. And it's like teams don't always do that. And the Tigers have boom, like right where we left off. That's where we are.
100%. So Adam says 100. Julius, how many wins do you think we finish with?
I'm gonna go right now 97 wins, and not only that, I'm a caveat with they're gonna have 7 all-stars in the all-star game.
Oh my gosh, that's
I'm like
electric.
Four-
Woodward Sports over here.
5 hitters and 2 pitchers, or 4 hitters and 3 pitchers. But they're gonna lead the AL in all-star selections. They're gonna win 97 games.
Aim for the stars, baby. Aim for the stars.
What's
I love
crazy
it,
though,
dude.
like that outcome, like me and you, Nick, were laughing at it, but it's like it's definitely possible. I mean,
Skubal and 2 relievers. Then you got Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, Javi Baez, Spencer Torkelson. All 4 of them are strong all-star candidates right now.
They are strong all-star
I
candidates.
see, Julius. I agree with you, but I feel like 2 of those guys are going to get snubbed just because
It's possible, most definitely.
you know,
It's
I got
Detroit.
hot takes.
unless we just
Yeah,
have
those are hot takes, man. Those are spicy, dude, right there.
make the Tigers just the freaking all-star team.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way,
that'd be
we'll
good
be Honolulu Blues will be in the Tigers Den late June. I'm just saying that right now. We'll talk about it more later on.
Also, is the All-Star game still whoever wins it gets home field advantage?
No, they took that away.
Okay.
Yeah, some more.
Which stinks because I don't think a lot of people like that, but I really did like that. Gave it something to like, instead of just bragging rights. Yeah. I don't know. I like it, but whatever. That's a lot of fun Tigers talk. Let's get into a lot of Lions talk. We have a ton. We have a great schedule. It's the hardest schedule in the NFL. It seems like it is just tough game after tough game. It seems like. But before we get into it, there were a few news and notes that I wanted to talk about. The biggest one, in my opinion, is, of course, the Lions are playing on Thanksgiving, per usual. It's great. We love it. It's our holiday. We own it. But we own all the holidays now because Christmas Day, bro, like the bells are ringling. You know what I mean? They're ting ting jingling. Like we got 4:00 Christmas games, and I'm very curious on how you guys feel. For me, I am all about it. I love the holiday games. I am excited that it's the Lions because on Christmas, I think last year it was like the Broncos and the Chiefs, and I don't know, like Steelers and Ravens or something. I don't know. It was just not great. It wasn't the best
class games.
And it's just AFC teams I didn't care about in general. Like they weren't on my fantasy teams, nothing. We get the Lions on Christmas Day. Now, if they lose, I don't think my wife and kid are going to be too happy that the Lions played on Christmas Day. But if they win, I think we might go have a second Christmas the day after Christmas. You know what I mean? Like we'll just go buy like all the presents that are left at Target, and we'll just run Christmas back for the second time in a row. I am super excited. I'm super interested. Adam, what are your thoughts?
I'm right there with you, Nick. I absolutely love it. I think there's a lot of fans that are like geeked for it. Like, yeah, baby, Christmas morning. Who, what better? But I did see some of the beat reporters and some of the Lions players even show some frustration. It did get me thinking, like, crap, that's Thanksgiving and Christmas because we're going on the road on Christmas. So that's Thanksgiving and Christmas that either you bring your family to Minnesota and celebrate Christmas in a hotel or dad's not there. So I do feel a little compassion for all those guys. But at the end of the day, this is what the NFL is doing. It was expected. If it wasn't going to be this year, it was next year. Like the Lions they're a good team. And this is what comes with being a good team. We're going to keep getting 5 to 6 to 7 primetime games a year until, Brad Holmes dies. And it does kind of suck for some of the players because I feel like our entire offensive line just had kids like within the last 2 years. So they all have, little kids with the whole Santa, so that might make things tricky. But all in all, it's so far in advance you can kind of plan it out. It's not like we're figuring out we're playing on Christmas, December 1st. So hopefully people can plan around that. But I love it. Nick, you said it perfectly. Give us Halloween. Give us New Year's. I want the holidays to be run by Detroit.
Give me all the holidays. Julius, what are your thoughts on the Lions playing on all the holidays?
So I just want to start by saying thank you to the NFL for shoving Their giant elephant bleep. Up the Lions bleep. One more bleep in time. By scheduling us the most obscure, stupid, heart-wrenching road schedule I've ever seen. And that includes this Minnesota Vikings Christmas game.
Mhm.
I love the idea of playing on Christmas on Netflix in front of the world, beating the team up in front of the world at home. Do not discourage our roster by making them go away from their families on
I agree.
Christmas.
That should have been a home game.
Exactly. If it was a home game, the home team don't, they feel the same way we feel on Thanksgiving. It's a
Well,
whole
yeah, they
family
get to,
affair.
and not only that, our Thanksgiving game is one, so maybe not even so much, but like they get to still wake up with their families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They wake up with
Exactly.
their
Christmas
families.
morning,
They
the Vikings
celebrate
gonna be right
Christmas
there.
morning,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they'll
Out
go
of
to
1
their
p.m. too, so they got
Right.
time.
right.
It creates a dilemma for us. So I just hope that dilemma creates a motivation, and that motivation creates a W. Because 2 W's on Thanksgiving and Christmas, a road W on Christmas. Santa, thank you.
Yeah, I do agree. And my biggest dilemma is it's Netflix. Netflix, do not do me like you did on the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. If you give me an hour of glitches during this game, because it's the Lions, everyone's gonna watch them. Everyone's gonna want to watch them. If I get an hour of glitches, I'll flip my lid.
Now, since it's home market for us, will it be on like the typical like Channel 4, Channel 2?
I don't think so. I think this is
I
strictly.
know.
It's
So I
only
know it's
Netflix. It's
Prime.
blacked out. It's blacked out.
I
It's
think
Netflix
it's
only.
just Netflix, but maybe at home markets, maybe local Fox will still have their.
I
own.
know Amazon Prime did that with Thursday Night Football. Like if it was your hometown, you could still
Maybe
watch.
Prime.
Yeah,
I believe the Netflix. We'll see in the
Netflix is
comments.
greedier.
Check it out. Yeah.
Netflix is greedier. They're like, nah, dude.
Yeah.
No, they
you're
are.
watching us.
They're like
You know that.
Scrooge. They're like
Yeah.
Scrooge.
Oh, dude, they're up to like $30 a month now, dude. It used to be like $6.99, dude. Anyways, a couple other things to talk about. The Lions have a bye week on week 8 this year. It was close to being week 10 as all this was being unraveled. It was close to being week 5 again. And I would have flipped the lid if it was week 5. I did want it later than week 8 because that's not that late in the season. At least to Lions fans, it's like, well, whatever. It's like closer to the middle than we've ever been before. So but it still kind of stinks. To me, I'm a little frustrated about it. The first 7 games are crazy hard, except for like 1 or 2, which are still going to be hard. And then we bye week, and then it's just like gauntlet, roads, Christmas, holiday. Like it's crazy. Julius, we'll go right back down to you. Keep you flying, keep you vibing here with those bleeps. Week 8, bye week. What do you got on that?
I also, like you, Nick, am glad that it's later than week 5. I do kind of enjoy that middle of, as a fan, I enjoy that middle of the season bye week where I get to watch like 7, 8 games, then I have a bye, then watch another 7 or 8. However, for the Lions, it's very important. I don't know how to say this. It really didn't matter when their bye week was this year. It really didn't matter. Our fate is sealed in the amount of injuries we have on the injury report being less than last season.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like I said, just from a fan's perspective, I don't mind the midway point right there.
Okay. And Adam, same question to you. Week 8 bye. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean it's better than last year, so it's like slight improvement. But it comes right before the Vikings game, so I guess divisional rival. All right. But I wish it would have been flip-flopped. I wish we played the Vikings week 8 and then bye week, not week 9, and then at the Commanders, because I feel like having a bye week right before, like 2 games ahead of the Commanders. Hopefully the Lions don't focus in on the Commanders, overlooking a Vikings team that might be, 3-4, 2-5 with, JJ McCarthy just kind of, struggling a bit, because at the end of the day, Vikings still got a talented roster, and they got playmakers. So if they, Justin Jefferson makes a couple big plays, that could take us out. So hopefully we don't overlook and just take care of business against the Vikings, and then all eyes in Washington.
Sure. The week 8 bye, it is what it is. That's what we got. Last thing I want to talk about before we start getting into these predictions was Lions have 5 1:00 games this year, 5 late night games this year, and 6 basically game of the week 4:00, 4:25 games. Long gone are the days of 16 1:00 games and 1 Thanksgiving 12:30 game. Long gone are those. They are throwing us in every primetime slot they got. Just curious, Adam, do you like the balance that we have of 1:00, 4:00 late night? Are you sad or are you excited? Do some people love the late night games.
Yes, I love the 4 o'clocks. I love the prime times. I like it when I don't have to, think about my fantasy team. You know me, we're big fantasy guys. We're always watching Red Zone. So now those 1 p.m. Red Zone times are going to be great watches. Won't have to pay attention to the 4 o'clock games and can just keep the Lions on. Because there were times where it was like, oh, man, my entire team's playing on the 1 o'clock slate. So are the Lions. Let me try to watch both. And then next thing you know, you miss a play or two if it's for your fantasy team, if it's for the Lions. So I like it. I know a lot of fans are kind of up in the air with it. Some people love it. Some people hate it. But I do like the 4 o'clocks.
Julius, where are you at?
So I used to really, really like the primetime games. No, let me take that back. I used to hate the primetime games. I hated the primetime games because of the Lions. The old Lions, the same old Lions, they used to ruin my nights. Whenever they had their 1 or 2 games on primetime, the whole night I couldn't sleep. The next day I was pissed. It lasts a few days. The extreme version of that happened when we lost to Washington last season in the playoffs. I was like torn for like 3 weeks, but that's besides the point. When it comes nowadays, since I'm over in Germany, Europe time, I prefer the 1 o'clocks because it's 7 o'clocks for me. Simply put, just can't beat it. Now, the 4 o'clocks ain't too bad. It's around midnight. The prime times I can manage. I do manage. However, I just prefer less 4s and more 1s, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Because I like primetime games. I like being on national television. But those 4 o'clock games, it's not bad. I mean, it's good for Red Zone. Like you said, fantasy, Adam. You get to watch all the 1 o'clocks, then boom, Lions game at 4. So, I mean, just being over here in Europe, as an NFL Europe fan, y'all trying to put all these games over here, trying to have them play over here. I really appreciate the time zone balance, NFL. Really appreciate that.
I'm going to keep you on the spotlight real quick because I'm curious. Lions out of the schedule got no international games.
Oh, man. Oh,
talk about
what a dumb decision. And if you look at the schedule of games, they have like 3 or 4 in London. They got one in Madrid, one in Germany, one in Brazil, one in Mexico. Brazil. And all the games are bum games. Every game is a sleeper. Every game I swear to God, I'd rather watch the Granny League. Why not put the Lions in Germany? They're America's team right now. Not only they're America's team, they're the world's team. I've said this many times. They're the Earth's team. They have a huge fan base over here in Germany, over here in Europe. You could have made a ton of money. That's what you're looking to do, Roger Goodell. The Lions should have played in Germany. I was looking forward to going to a game. If they would have played in London, Spain, wherever, I would have traveled. It would have been none. It would have been on the mainland. However, this is what they're going to do. They're going to wait until I come back to America. Then they're going to play. They're going to put the Lions in Europe. We're going to end up watching a game at damn 7 o'clock in the morning in Detroit.
They're going to have you back-to-back in Germany. Just waiting for you to leave. And then they were like, he's gone? All right, we in, dude. No, it does seem like that. Like Germany was a great spot for the Lions this year, especially with St. Brown being such a, active, like that. This is part of his story is like his mom speaking German, fluent German, and him knowing all these languages and being smart as hell. Like it just seems like you really missed out on that. Didn't he run a football camp in
Yeah,
Germany?
yeah. He grew up in Germany. His mom is from here. He's had a camp here for the last 3 years, and me and my son are attending his camp in Munich, Germany this June, next month actually. And
That's so
it's just
cool.
would have been a great opportunity to have the Lions Chiefs in Munich this year. It would have been so lit. I would have been there, man.
Yeah, it would have been
Never mind.
sweet.
Never mind, Roger. Never mind.
Yeah, yep. As opposed to in regards to the times that we were talking about, I'm on Adam's side. I like being able to have my 1 o'clock red zone, 4 o'clock Lions. There would be times last year that I would only watch the Lions, and then on waiver wire be like, wait, who got hurt? Who did? Who did? And it's like, I guess I just didn't care about fantasy football at all because it's just all Lions. So give me the least amount of 1 o'clock games. Let's get to some season predictions, boys. We are gonna buckle down and we're gonna predict the Detroit Lions schedule, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Let's just get into it, guys. At Green Bay to start the season, home opener in Lambeau. This is nice because we don't have to see the Packers in Lambeau on a cold, possibly rainy, possibly snowy day, week 18, something like that. Oh, it just would have been miserable. We get it right out the gate, which is great because we should be very healthy as opposed to a few people like McNeil, maybe Rodriguez. Other than that, like, we should be looking good. Hopefully everyone, knock on wood, stays healthy throughout camp. But I'm going to start with Adam. What do you say, Adam, for Green Bay or Lions at Green Bay?
Absolutely love this week 1 matchup. The Lions have dominated the Packers in the past. I really think their only hope was cold weather. Goff have, one of those 4 interception blow up games. But we've just been spanking them. If it's in Lambeau, if it's in Detroit, everyone minus Aleem and maybe a couple other guys that, knock on wood, might get injured before then. But it's looking like, it'll be on paper versus on paper. And if that's the case, I'm taking the Lions 10 times out of 10. I'm going to go 24-20 if we're doing score predictions too.
Yes, we absolutely are. Julius, what do you got?
So I actually have an outstanding bet with a huge Green Bay fan that you guys know of. And I told him that Detroit is going to march into Green Bay in early September and shut down all their hopes and dreams. Just like Dan Campbell has done 4 out of the last 6 times he's played Green Bay. So I am going, simply put, Lions. I think I already made, yep. Lions 40, Packers 31. I'm sorry, Packers 34.
All right, and then I will cap it off. This is a 4:25 game of the week. We get to see all the nice 1 o'clock games to start. 4:25 Lions at Packers. This is going to be crazy. The Packers fans are going to be bringing it. I'm very curious how well Lions fans travel to this game. If you're listening and you're contemplating it, go to this game. I'm so nervous year after year that the Lions faithful that travel is just going to start to dwindle a little bit. I'm going to 1 road game this year, so I can say I can help out for 1. But I'm curious to see where the Lions fans stand. But I'll always take the Lions to win this game, and I'm going to say the Lions go out and win this 37-33 Lions.
Hopefully we get some reverse, I don't know how you call it, but reverse fans to where they have been priced out of the home games. So the away games are either about the same price or maybe even a little bit cheaper. And as opposed to seeing the Lions play the Browns for $300, might as well go see the Lions play, the Bengals. Packers might be a little tough given their fan base, but the Bengals,
I'm going to the Rams game, and it's pretty much the same price to go to the Rams and get a flight to LA than it is to get mid-row level tickets for the Lions. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And SoFi is a great stadium. I've already been there once, and I'll love to go back again. All right, I'm going to start out week two. Week 2, we got Detroit Lions home opener against Benjo. I thought this was one of the coolest things the schedule makers could have done. Gave us Benjo at home opener. Like, Benjo will have already had a game under his belt. And now he's coming back to Detroit, and I hope to God that we boo the crap. Whoever that dude was that got in Matt LaFleur's head last year, give him a pass to just get right in 50-yard line and just start yelling at Benjo, dude. I want all the fans to be as rowdy and reckless. This is not – I get so mad. I shouldn't even – this isn't even a thing. I don't think anyone really would go in there and be like, thank you, Ben Johnson, for everything you did, all those trick plays. I appreciate you. It's ridiculous. Go in there, rip his head off. I want all the fans. But I'm going to pick a Bears win. I'm going to pick a Bears win.
That's gross.
30 to 20. No, 30 to 24. And the reason I do this is there's something about this that screams Eric Mangini, Bill Belichick. Something that screams Bill O'Brien, Bill Belichick. Something that screams this coach who will not be too successful in his new endeavors, but has a really good read on the team he's about to play, who is the heavy favorites, will be heavily favored by Vegas, probably by too much, definitely by too much in my mind. And it's just going to mean more. It's going to mean more to Ben Johnson than it is going to for Dan Campbell. And I just think something about this, the Lions, like new coordinators, I'm not going to be nervous when we like slip out of the gate. So I'm going to give us a crazy loss here. Please berate me. I hate it, but we're going to go to Julius. You're going to be in the middle every time, Julius. What do you got?
Well, this is and will be week 2, Chicago and Detroit. Aiden Hutchinson's comeback game. Aiden Hutchinson, the notorious Bears killer. I always like to call Amon Ra. Amon Ra is the Vikings killer and the Packer killer. Aiden Hutchinson is the Bear killer, and he's going to have like 3 sacks and a pick, and the Lions are going to win this game at home 24-10.
Love that. Yeah, I think Lions, I think they're going to want something to prove. Like, I get the Bears will probably want it more, but in a sense, like, Lions fans, players, everyone knows that the entire North, all the media is like, oh, well, Ben Johnson's gone. Let's see how this Dan Campbell guy can do. And it's like, no, this Dan Campbell guy's a pretty dang good coach. So I think people have, a little stigma in thinking, oh, Ben Johnson is gone. There's no way this Lions team will be able to win. But I agree with Nick. I think we're going to be too heavily favored. I think the Bears are going to cover. But Jared Goff at home, I think we're going to have the ball in our hands with, the final possession, march down the field and get that either Jake Bates 55-yarder or Amon-Ra touchdown or JMO 70-yard touchdown. But one way or another, the Bears, they're still the Bears, and they're still our choke artists. I know Caleb might be going to his second year. They got a whole bunch of weapons, added Colson Loveland, all this and that. But I think the Bears are going to really find their groove towards the second half of the season. And that Week 18 matchup, I think that's where it could get dicey for not just the Lions, but the potential division. So I'm going to go Lions take this one. I think it'll be fairly low scoring. I'm going to go 17-13. But I have a quick question for the two of you. Do you think Ben Johnson will be booed more than Matthew Stafford was when he first came to Detroit for that playoff game?
I'm going to say just as much.
I'm going to say less.
Less, okay.
Will ever be booed more than Stafford was on our first playoff game. You know what I mean? Like,
I kind of agree with you, Nick, where it's like, the other day, Ben Johnson helped us get, those first 2 playoff games. So I think there will be a select few of fans that maybe they're not, going to be like, yeah, Ben Johnson. But when everyone's booing, they might just like,
Thing is he's not going to get announced in the starting lineup. They're not going to be like,
yeah,
here comes running out of the tunnel, head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they gonna see his goofy.
Johnson.
They gonna see his goofy little face hop
Yeah.
up on the Videotron. They gonna see him walking his little walk. They gonna remember his walk, the Ben Johnson walk. You gonna see him on the sideline. It's not gonna be hard.
No,
They're gonna be after him. Those Lions rabbits gonna be after him.
they gonna be, and I can't wait. Lions then go to Baltimore on our first primetime game Monday night at Baltimore. And Adam gets to lead us off. I forgot over here we had the fans. The fans had us going 2-0 to start, 95%, 98%. And then the 79% of our fans, it was about 500-600 people, said the Ravens were going to win. So Adam, do you agree with the fans or no?
If
Revenge
this
game.
was a normal 1 p.m. game, I think the Lions take it. But I don't know. Something about Lamar Jackson, prime time, especially Monday Night Football games. He's just really good in Monday Night Football games. The Ravens have also kind of had the Lions number in the last few times they played. They still have John Harbaugh, phenomenal head coach. I think it's going to be tough to especially go into Baltimore. I think the Lions can win. It wouldn't shock me, to be honest. I mean, honestly, I think they can win every game. But I think the Ravens might get us. And I hate picking the Ravens because I feel like this is such a, the consensus chalky pick where it's like, well, the Lions got to lose some games. Let's pick the Ravens, Chiefs, and Eagles, So I'm going to go Ravens 28, Lions 24. I also think Derrick Henry will still have fresh legs to where if we played him week 16, week 15, or just the second half of the season, not saying he is going to fall off, but it's a very, very big possibility. I know he got that big contract extension too, but at the end of the day, he's still 31 years old. And Father Times, he's going to win at some point, and it's going to be when no one expects it. So
Sure.
I think the Ravens just barely take up. What did I say, Nick?
I don't know.
I think I started to say half the score.
I think you said you need glasses, old man. Jeez.
Well,
28-24 Lions.
Yes, that's okay. All right, now I got her on full
See
screen.
what's going on in here. Hold on. I think I got it.
Back in my day,
Back in my day. It was the Indianapolis the Baltimore Colts, not the Baltimore Ravens. What are we doing?
where's Johnny Unitas?
It's not expanding.
Hello.
Let's escape, Adam.
I thought this was touchscreen. Wait a minute. All right, Julius, what do you got? Lions at Ravens, Monday night, electric crowd in Baltimore, enormous crowd all across the world. Everyone in the world watching. Earth's team against the Ravens. Dan Campbell revenge game. What do you say?
I am sensing that the Lions in week 3 will still be fully healthy. I'm also sensing the Baltimore Ravens will not be as good as they were last year, specifically defensively, and they will not be as good as people think. I think the Lions are going to go scorched earth to start the first 3 or 4 weeks, quarter of the season. And I think part of that is a shocker in Baltimore. It's not even a shocker because the Lions should have been in the Super Bowl the last 2 years. They should have won the Super Bowl the last 2 years. So they're going to go into Baltimore and they're going to win 30-28 with no Justin Tucker there to boink off the uprights and break our hearts.
Dude, talk, man. Dude, if I'm a coach, I'm telling all my boys, you get massages by a dude and a dude only. Well, or just, I mean, I'm maybe not even that, whoever. I mean, whatever. Maybe Michael Sam's on your team. But you're getting massages, like, by a robot. You know what I mean? Like,
massage chair only, fellas.
Massage chair only. Get your own damn gun and gun yourself. You know what I mean? Like, golly gee. Tucker, dude. And you know what? Now that it's happened twice, and a lot twice, it seems like it's all allegedly right now, but like, it's not just a one-time thing from either of these guys, Watson and Tucker. There's gonna be a lot more. There's gonna be a lot more that starts coming.
That is funny. We play Baltimore then Cleveland
because there's a lot of weak. There's a lot of
all our massage therapists in Detroit, dude.
There's a lot of weak. That's because there's a lot of weaklings in the NFL, man. When they get on that massage table, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Pressure
that's
bust
what
pipes.
it's just
With the wrong head.
being. All right. Anyways, Lions, Ravens. I am going to go with the Ravens, and that will get the Lions at 1-2. And that is going to be when people are very nervous, especially because it won't be that easy of a loss, 31-16, but it's going to be similar to that first game that we played them. I don't think we can stop quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson. I don't think there's many quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, but I don't think we can stop Lamar Jackson. We can stop like a Justin Fields, but not on the ground. Luckily, Justin Fields couldn't throw the ball to save his life. You know what I mean? Jaden Daniels didn't run all over us or anything like that, but that's because they didn't need it. Brock Purdy could run. It's just like there's something about Lamar Jackson. I don't know if we're going to be ready. Hutchinson in week 3. Like, hopefully he's healthy. Noah Lee McNeil, Tyleek Williams in week 3 against Baltimore. Derrick Henry running right at him. Like, hopefully Reader's still good at that point. Hopefully Davenport is still on the field at this point. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm it sucks, but I don't think going 1-2. I think honestly that will be good for the team. That will be good for the boys. Like, it's gonna, you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna I'm not gonna have us finish 7-9, but I think we're gonna have some stumbles, especially offense isn't gonna be clicking the way we were expecting with Ben Johnson against Ben Johnson. That's gonna be a lot of talk. And then the same thing against Baltimore on Monday night in front of the world. Stephen A. Smith is going to, I wouldn't even dare have them on my top Stephen A. list or whatever that, you know what I mean? Like, the media is going to hate us. And that's kind of what I want. So I'm going to go with the Ravens 1-2. And then we'll flip it right over to Cleveland at home. I'm going to say the Lions 1 million. No. I'll go Lions third. Lions offense kind of gets going back. I'm going to say 30 on the dot and hold. Who is quarterback for them? Is it going to be Dylan Gabriel? Who's quarterback?
They got Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel,
Pickett.
Shadur Sanders.
I like Pickett. Honestly. I'm going to give them 17. 30. No, I'm going to give them 13. 30-13 Lions. We back on the winning streak. Julius, what do you got?
I'm also going to go with the Lions here. I think Cleveland's going to be one of the worst teams in the league next year. The Lions will start 4-0 off this big win in Cleveland, 42-20.
Get the offense rolling. You got 240 burgers in the first 4 weeks. I love to see that. Adam doesn't have us reaching 30 yet. And I got nothing but 30 points.
You guys got better defensive numbers than I do.
I got 16 in one game.
I think our defense improves a bit. We added a lot to that secondary too. So I feel like the secondary and Terrion's we're gonna see something special out of them. I think this is gonna be one of our. I think we're gonna sniff around 250 pointers. We will maybe like 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. But I'm going to go 49-10. I think this is going to resemble a Lions versus Jaguars, Lions versus Titans of last year, where it was just, honestly, it wouldn't shock me if Kenny Pickett or whoever leads them down to a field goal and the Lions just go on an absolute tear, especially coming off of the tough Baltimore game. Coming back home, this is whatever the spread is, I am hammering the Lions.
Love that. And run it back as we do snake style here. We are going to then another game of the week, 4 o'clock, 4:25 game at Cincinnati. What do you say, Adam?
I think this could be. This is a game that I might try to get out to. The Cincinnati's not too far. I was looking at tickets and they're not crazy. They're like, reasonably priced for a high profile game essentially.
Beautiful.
I think this game's going to be a shootout. Hopefully, this is a Trey Hendrickson revenge game. But if he's not on the team, which I don't expect him to be, I still think it's going to be a big shootout. I'm going to go.
No way we get Trey Hendrickson. There's just no way we have the money.
I'm still on the Dumb and Dumber. Like any type of Trey Hendrickson. Like I hate the Bengals. I'm always like, so you're telling me there's a chance?
He came out and basically said that a couple days ago. That was it was like, okay, he ain't playing for them, dude. He hates them.
And so that I'm curious to see how that ends up. I'm just really praying that like the Vikings or Bears or Packers don't go out and swoop him. I don't even know if it makes sense for him, or even like the Eagles or something. I hope he stays either in the AFC or just re-signs with the Bengals. If he doesn't come to the Lions, but high scoring game, 38-34, Lions lose.
Oh.
I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase get the best of us. I was torn on the Ravens and the Bengals. I'm like 100% sure we're going to split these games. I guess I picked the Ravens too. But maybe I'm not 100% sure we split.
That's close. That's close. It's
100% sure they'll be
away.
tough games. So Bengals,
Right.
I think, outduel us just a bit in Cincinnati.
Julius?
Yep, that's a pretty tough road game. I could see like one of these road games in the Midwest or the upper Mideast. You know, they could cause some weather problems. And when I think of weather problems, I think of Jared Goff problems. And I'm not totally sold on Jared Goff problems, and I'm still worried about Jared Goff problems. So I'm gonna pick the Lions to lose in Cincinnati due to a bad Jared Goff game, possibly due to the weather. First loss of the season on my end. They're going to lose 24-21.
All right. So I think this is going to be the most traveled to game by Lions fans. I think Adam led off this week with it, like saying this is a game I'm going to try to go to. I think a lot of people are going to try to do that. He is not going to be out of the norm on that. I think we're going to travel heavy and hard. I do not think Cincinnati did enough to get a defense that is good enough to put on a football field and win games against the elite teams. The Detroit Lions are an elite team. I think we go on the road in Cincinnati on a 4:00 game and get the win in a shootout, as Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase will Jamar Chase, Terrion Arnold has such a hard cornerback one stretch to get going. DJ Reed will hold his own on T. Higgins, but we're going to see what Arnold can do on Chase. I'm going to go shootout. I was going to do that. We'll go 42-38 Lions, 3-2 in Cincinnati.
Also, sorry, cut you off real quick. How the Lions will lose for me. We're going to be up 34-31, 3 minutes left. 4th and 1, maybe 4th and 2 on the 50-yard line. Dan Campbell's going to go for it. Not going to get it. Bengals march down.
I wouldn't rather lose any other way. You know what I mean? Like Dan Campbell's going to do Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I'm curious to wonder how many 4th downs we go for it this year with the new coordinator. I'm interested. It'll be something we have to watch out for. But I'll start out now. We go from at Cincinnati to the Kansas City Chiefs, who
AFC champs.
Yeah, basically, exactly. 2-year Super Bowl defending champions, followed by 3 in a row AFC champions. Like, this is just going to be ridiculous. We got the best of them the last time we played them. They did not have Travis Kelce or Chris Jones. It was week 1 of the NFL season. It was in Kansas City. We did win 21-20. I did predict that score. We all did watch that game together. It was an amazing time. Now, I don't think Julius is going to be moved back from Germany by this game. So without all 3 of us there, I'm going to give this game to the Chiefs. And I'm going to go Chiefs win this game 27-26. Lions fall to 3-3 of first 6 games. Julius, what do you got?
So, since I don't trust Jared Goff in Cincinnati, I do trust Jared Goff to continue a bad streak. I always feel like he doesn't just give us one bad game. He gives us like 2 or 3. And that will continue in Cincinnati on the road. The Chiefs will win 30-20. 2 bad Jared Goff games in a row. We're going to be calling for Hendon Hooker.
All right. And Adam?
I think Jared Goff owns the Chiefs. I think The Lions,
Patrick Mahomes specifically.
yeah, honestly, yes. Arrowhead's going to be probably the toughest destination we'll play. Maybe a divisional rival might be a little tougher if
Philly's going to be tough, brother.
Oh, Philly too. That's absolutely. Why do we play both AFC and NFC championships on the road? This is terrible.
It's terrible.
Hopefully our next season schedule we play like the AFC West with the Texans, Jaguars, Titans.
That was last year.
Oh, you're right. That was last year. Ugh.
So we got either it's going to end up being the West. You said that was the South, but the West with the Chiefs, or I bet it'll be the East.
It's got to be the East because we're playing the AFC North too with the Steelers, Bengals, Ravens.
But the East. Yeah,
I think media is going to be all consensus is going to be Chiefs. It's going to be one of those like Celtics over Knicks type thing where Lions do have the talent to win. Lions can't beat them, but the media is just going to be like, oh no, Patrick Mahomes, we got to trust him. Prime time, Mahomes. But the Lions are going to win this game with good defense. The Chiefs struggled quite a bit to score over 30 points. I think we're going to hold them to just touchdown under that. I'm going to go Chiefs 24, Lions 27 with a Jake Bates 50-plus yard walk-off.
Wow.
Which would be sick in Arrowhead, too.
Nick, I love you're putting our little hot take predictions next to them so we can remember it just in case it happens.
Exactly. All right.
We're dancing here at the Honolulu Blues.
Yeah. And then Adam, we're right back to you. Monday night. Looks like this is the first of 2 Monday night games this week. We have a 7:00 start time on Monday night against Tampa Bay at home. They got the best of us last year. What do you say this year?
I also think this is the double header Monday night game too. It might be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think we're stuck because this is 7:00 Monday, so we're the first of 2 games.
Which is looks like I'll be staying up late that night, so that's awesome. Love when the NFL does that. But regardless, Lions have done very well against Tampa Bay in the past years. They just lost Liam Cohen. I know they, brought in Emeka Egbuka. Godwin probably will be healthy by week 7, but no guarantees. I know his recovery hasn't been smooth sailing, but I feel like that's a decent amount of time. But if he is back, it'll only be like maybe 1, 2, 3 games in. Could still be rusty. Mike Evans is getting old. I like the Lions here. I think this is going to be a classic. Baker's just keeping them in the game the entire game. I think Baker's going to have a shot to even win this game at the end, but Lions defense is going to prevail. That's been my theme if you guys haven't picked up. I'm going to go Lions 23, Bucks 17. And I think it's going to get a little sweaty when Baker's got the ball in the fourth quarter.
Julius, what do you say?
So I got the Lions at 2-game losing streak at this point of the season, right before a bye, going home, Monday Night Football, bounce back, win. Big time. I'm going to go Lions with their third 40 burger of the season, 45. Bucks 33. And this will be Craig Reynolds' last Lions career touchdown.
I'm not going to make a note of that because I don't know how we're going to ever remember that, but I love that you say that. I will keep it going with the Lions victory here. Lions coming home Monday night, 4-field going to be bumping, and I am not worried about Baker Mayfield. I know he got the best of us last year, but that was because that was a Ben Johnson loss. That was because Ben Johnson had it in his head that we needed to run this type of play, which worked many times that season. Like we trusted Ben Johnson. That was one time it did not. I think we'll be better. Though Bucks will play us well. They know how to play Jared Goff. They know how to play our team very well. I got this game being very close. I'm going to go 26-25 Reared score, but we love to see those. So we'll go Lions going into the bye, take a win. We'll get to the bye. And then we'll come here to Minnesota at home, staying at home. So this is a good 3-week stretch. Everyone's at home. I'm going to keep the Lions winning over Minnesota at home. JJ McCarthy starting. I am not worried about that at all. I'll go Lions 31, Vikings 18, Lions 5-3. Julius, then Adam for 2. Back to Julius.
I think Lions really start to hit a groove again here mid-season. Like you said, Nick, all power to JJ, go blue, but you're not ready. You're not ready for the grid. You should have got drafted by Detroit. Instead, you got drafted by the frauds that are the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions will win this game. 37, Vikings 17.
I like it. I'm with you, Julius. I think I'm deep down in my heart, I think JJ is going to be a good quarterback.
Me too.
But every time I see the Vikings play, I'm rooting against them, as weird as that is. He is coming off an injury at the end of the day. This is basically a rookie season. It seems like every Vikings fan has forgotten that and has just anointed him as, oh, he's doing what Pat Mahomes did. Sat out his rookie year, playing his second year, and is now going to win, 15 games and throw for 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. Yes. I think JJ is going to take at least this full season to catch his groove, to figure out what the NFL is about. I think the Lions are going to give the Vikings, this will be the Vikings wake-up call, where it's like, hey, last year was fun, but back to reality, buddy. You guys are fighting for that third, maybe second, but I do think they're going to be the third or fourth NFC North team. Lions 41, Vikings 14, with Vikings fans left just speechless about their 3-5 Vikings.
Julius, what was your prediction?
I also predicted a Lions beatdown, 37-17.
Perfect. All right, Adam, back to you at Washington. This is the revenge game we'll all have been waiting for.
Indeed. And I do think this is going to be one of the more traveled games. I know Washington has started to get some more of their faithful back, but they went through decades of just torture, similar to what the Lions were in. But theirs was more just their owner was trash. Dan Snyder was just awful owner. Worse than any owner Detroit sports ever had. And I think the Commanders fans still aren't fully out of the woodwork. I want to say they might get priced out, kind of like how the Lions have gotten priced out in some of their home games. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we're not losing.
We ain't losing a game, dude. This is all dumb, bro.
I think this is the most hungriest you're going to see the Lions, but Jane Daniels is damn freaking good, and I think he is going to keep the Commanders in this game the entire time. The Lions might go up by 2 scores, but Jane Daniels, come the 8-minute mark, it will be a 1-possession game. I am going to go 27-23 Lions. How we're going to get this done is we're going to get those 4th down stops, because you better believe Dan Quinn's going to be like, well, let's just keep going on 4th down. We did it last year in the playoffs, and it worked perfectly. So 4th downs will be the key in this game, if it's ours, if it's theirs. But 23-27, keep the win streak going.
Julius?
He's muted.
Bum, bum, bum.
We need to get a little music drop for that.
Yeah,
I believe this will be a big-time revenge factor for the Lions. I'm going to go Lions 35, Washington 14. I believe it'll be second straight blowout for the Lions. And I believe in a way that Jaden Daniels will have a CJ Stroud-like sophomore slump, to the point that we beat the Texans. We had to come from behind to do it, but I don't think we had to come from behind in Washington this year. I think we got enough motivation.
You just took them words right out of my mouth. So, yes, I also agree that this is a Jaden Daniels will be very similar to CJ Stroud. And I actually am going to 1,000% 98% say things in the NFL repeat themselves. It's very weird. I bet we are losing 24-7 at halftime and win this game 30-27 after being down by a poop ton at halftime. And we make this amazing comeback, and it's called the Restore the Roar game. After being 5-3 and everyone just like, we can't beat the freaking teams, we let Ben Johnson beat us. Then all of a sudden the Lions hold this 3-game winning streak against Tampa, Minnie, Washington, Restore the Roar game, and we're going to Philadelphia, in Philadelphia, in the Link, against the defending Super Bowl champions, the team that we should have beat in the NFC Championship game last year. This is Dan Campbell's revenge game. I'm saying the Lions take this one in fashionable way, 31-27, but that score is only close in the final 5 minutes of this game, which gives everyone a heart attack in the final 5 minutes. But for most of the game, we dominate. Lions 31-27.
So I just got a feeling this is going to be one of those games that the Lions deal with the referees and deal with the tush push and deal with Roger Goodell and deal with everything outside our power. And I think they're going to lose in Philadelphia. A very, very tight, close game. Could be come from behind. Could be doinked by Jake Bates off the end. But the Eagles are going to win 24-23.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one. Definitely think this won't be the first time we play Philadelphia that season. I think the Eagles are going to get the best of us and the win streak we got going. The Lions will just be a little bit worn out from that Commanders game. If it was home, I would be probably swing on the Lions. But another road game, Washington all the way to Philadelphia, kind of a far flight. So I think that might play a little role into it. Sunday Night Football as well, so prime time. And I'm right there with you, Julius. I think we're going to see some funny business in this game. If it's just Terrion getting called for every ticky-tacky defensive pass interference, or the tush push getting an extra, generous ball marking for first downs. But I'm going to go Eagles 28, Lions 27. I feel like this will be a game that will be in our grasp the entire game. Lions fans are going to be expecting a good hurrah at the end, but it's just not going to come. So, tough one. Now this Giants game.
We're all 7-3, by the way, guys.
You're all 7-3, 10 games in.
I like that. We're Honolulu boys on the same page. Giants come back home. Boys are going to be coming off a tough loss Sunday Night Football. And I think this is going to be a trap game. Lions are going to be favored by 10.5 points. It's going to be just one of those weird golf games, maybe a pick six or two, where just Lions get into too big of a hole and they just can't quite claw their way out. And I know it's kind of crazy because they got Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Jackson Dart. Honestly, either of those quarterback could be the starter at that point. I do think it will be Russell Wilson. I think an experienced quarterback, Malik Neighbors, trap game scenario. This should be one where the Lions should hang 50 on them. So that's honestly where I'm at. I'm either we're hanging 50 and it's just the absolute beat down, or we put ourselves into a big hole because we're lollygagging the first half, and next thing you know, we're down 2 scores with 4 minutes left. So I'm going to go Giants 24, Lions 20, with a couple crucial plays where they just don't quite convert.
That's bold. Let's go, Julius. What do you got? That's all I'm going to say to that, Adam.
Adam, I can see why you would think that is a trap game, my friend. With the New York Giants, the way they're probably looking, they're probably gonna be a losing team next year, have a losing record by that point, and we all know those kind of teams are dangerous. Kind of team the Lions used to be However, the fact that they're at Ford Field at 1 p.m. and not in New York that late in the season, I'm going to give the bump to the Lions. And I'm going to go big with Lions win. First 50 burger of the season. Lions 52, Giants 14.
I love that. That's the first 50 burger from anyone. I get what Adam's saying, because not only is it a trap game, you're coming off of 2 back-to-back road games against Washington and Philly. Your next game is 3 days later against divisional opponent Green Bay on Thanksgiving. That is a game that this Giants game might not be as prepped as it needs to be. So I definitely get that. If there is ever a prep game or a trap game, this would be, especially if it was at New York, like especially there. Because it is at Ford Field, I'll also give the bump to the Lions. I do think we're going to be a little bit more strategic about who and when we play our players with the Thanksgiving game, 2 Thursday games coming up back to back. I'm going to go Lions, come out hot, 35 in the first half, and score 3 more points in the second half. Allow the Giants to get a few points. I'll go 38-20 Lions, 8-3. 8-3, 7-4. Then we come to gobble, Turkey Day. It's Thanksgiving. It's our favorite day. We finally got off the losing stride on Thanksgiving last year. Before I get to this game, you guys notice after that bye, we started winning on my side. Lions. Take a guess what happens after the bye week, in my opinion, in my schedule, my world.
Lee McNeil comes back.
Bada boom, bada bing. We are 4-3 without Aleem. Bring him back. The Lions are the best team in the NFL with him, Reader, and Tyleek now 7 games experienced. It is going to be crazy. The offensive line the Packers will have nothing to do with the Lions. The first game in the first the season opener, I had it close, 37-33. But the Lions come out here and put the shellacking on Thanksgiving. And it's finally that Thanksgiving that we've all wanted to see. Give me a 50 burger. I'll one-up Julius by 55-10 Lions on Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving that we all want, dude. The Thanksgiving we saw Peyton Manning give Colts fans against the Lions many moons ago. I want it. I'm going to try to manifest it. Give me the Lions on Thanksgiving, 55-10. Julius, what do you say?
Real quick, Nick, and same for you, Adam. Can we give our Gobbler Award out with our pick?
Our what?
Our Gobbler Award, the player of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, sure. Yeah. I'll let you, because you came up with who do you got? What do you got? Yeah, I got.
All right, so I really almost feel like this is a game the Lions can lose. Just looking at the schedule, just knowing Green Bay. However, I cannot stomach the thought of the Lions not sweeping the Packers next season, which I truly believe in my heart they will. So I'm gonna go a nail biter, high score on Thanksgiving. The Lions will prevail 36-33. And my Gobbler MVP of the game, Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right, I'm running back. I'm taking JMO as mine. Sorry, Adam.
All right.
What do you got?
I too think it'll be tough for the Lions to have any 3-game losing streak for not just this season, but for seasons to come. I think Dan Campbell gives me Andy Reid vibes, where it's he's going to lose 1. Sure, he might lose back-to-back, but 3, that's going to be tough. And especially I guess we're staying home. Thanksgiving Day last year was a little dicey with the Eberflus and Caleb Williams, excellent opportunity to win the game, and kind of Lions, kind of choked it away towards the end, but they still got it done. I'm going to go Lions.
Oh.
Lions 24. I feel like I've been saying a lot of 27s, 24s, but sorry. Lions 24, Packers 21. And my Gobbler of the game is going to be Herbie Joseph.
Nice.
I like that. All right, and back to you, Adam, on another Thursday night game. 7 days later, we have Dallas at 8:15. Cowboys finally come to Ford Field. Jeez Louise. But what do you say, good
It
sir?
seems like we played Dallas the last like 15 years. So, all right. We'll be later in the season. I know last year they didn't have Dak, and we absolutely that was like the game where it was, oh my gosh, this Lions team is so freaking fun to watch. Fortunately, it was one of the more heartbreaking games in which Hutch broke his leg in that one, and Jamal went off. Everyone was going off. I'm pretty sure we dropped 50 on him. It was the ultimate revenge game. I think we're going to see something similar to that where the Lions just assert their dominance. And CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, it's just not enough to beat us. I'm going to go Lions 34, Cowboys 24.
Awesome. Julius, I appreciate you staying up late with us. I know we're running late. We'll try to.
Oh,
move
no.
this real
It's all
fast.
good. I love this schedule prediction.
Nick's more concerned about the Tigers game, Julius.
Yeah,
Oh, don't worry. I'm turning it on after the show, too, boys.
you got 10 minutes till it starts. So let's go, boys.
Hey, I'm running through it. So, honestly, this Dallas game, Adam, what was your trap game again?
Giants.
This is what I believe that this is my Giants game. This is my trap game. However, I got reverse mojo on Dallas because of that BS they did with the refs a couple years ago with Dan Skipper. I don't care if Dan Skipper on the roster or not. The Lions will win this game based off those revenge methods, narratives. Dan Campbell has not forgotten. Lions fans have not forgotten. Lions 28, Lions 28, Cowboys 24.
Love it. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, I messed up your other one.
Oh yeah, I'm 10-3, 9-3.
You're 10-3. I was going backwards for you.
Oh
There's
no,
a lot going on here.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
Lions Thursday night, Dallas. I'm also gonna go Lions victory here. Not as much of a blowout. I actually think this is a Dallas revenge game. Dallas is probably quite embarrassed what we did to them. They're gonna try their best to stay in. They just don't have a good enough team. I'll go 40-30 Lions. And then at LA Rams, I should be at this game. I'm not going to predict us to lose a game that I am at. We want this game. We've been beating them a lot in Detroit. Let's go beat them in LA. They don't have fans. They don't know what fans are out there. So it's just going to be Detroit fans anyway. Lions 35, Rams 28. Julius?
So I got the Rams breaking the Lions 3-game win streak at this point. I believe that they're one of the underrated teams in team building year in and year out. I have to say, even though I don't like Sean McVay, he's a pretty good head coach. And Matthew Stafford at home, he's always revenge thirsty. So I got the Rams winning 30-27.
Adam, what do you say?
I'm with you, Julius. I think the
11-3.
Oh, you had us winning that game?
Oh, no. 10-4. I'm sorry. Ignore me.
It's all right. It's like 2 a.m. there, bro.
I'm on mute, bro.
You're good. I'm not going on mute. Okay. Adam, what you got?
I too think the Rams are going to get this one from us. I'm with Julius, where the Rams are just a great team building. They added Devontae Adams as well. I think that was their only really big splash they made. But Stafford with 2 elite offensive weapons, if they have a healthy team, I definitely think they're going to beat us. I like to assume every game, he's just everyone's healthy. So I'm going to go Rams. I think this is going to be one of those like head scratchers. Like, how did we lose this? And I'm going to go 24 for the Rams, 19 for the Lions, where we just keep kicking field goals, where it's tough decisions, and it comes down to 4th and 8s, 4th and 7s, as opposed to like a 4th and 2, 4th and 3. Make it easier to go for it. And Jake Bates has established himself as we can count on you for these 3 points. So I think the Lions field goal themselves to death and lose a tough one, 19-24.
And then right back at you. We are now home against Pittsburgh at 4
Home
o'clock.
against Pittsburgh. This is an interesting game where we're kind of basing it off of what the Steelers have right now, which is Will Howard and Mason Rudolph. If that's the case, the Lions should hang 50 on the Steelers. Now, if they get Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers is healthy all season and, magically returns to form, which even if Rodgers is on the team, I don't really think that'll happen. But you never know. He's still was an elite quarterback. We saw what Tom Brady did when he was like 45. So it's not impossible, but even with Rodgers, I don't think that will be enough to get the job done against the Lions. They don't really got anyone to throw to. It's just DK Metcalf. They drafted a running back, Caleb Johnson, and Jalen Warren. They let Najee walk, who was always just a solid, 3 to 4 yard grinder. So I'm going to go Lions 29. Got to have a little funky score since you guys have a million of those. Lions 29, Steelers 10.
All right, Julius, what say you?
So Pittsburgh and week 14 and week 16, Dallas and Pittsburgh, those 2 games against those blue blood franchises in NFL, those are 2 games that I'm likely to go to, just off that notion alone. But Pittsburgh at home, week 16, I think they're going to be tanking this season. They're going to be the worst team in the NFL and going to have the number 1 pick and try to go for Archie Manning next year. Saying that, I think the Lions are going to win this game easily. These last few weeks, I think the defense and Jake Bates are going to carry the Lions. Maybe the offense got some wounds to heal. But I'm going to go Lions 21, Steelers 7.
Oh, that's a fun late.
And I also do think the Rodgers hold up is he realized he has to play Kirby Joseph again if he goes to the Steelers.
Oh, yeah. I am praying that they get Aaron Rodgers and we play him in this week. I do think he goes to the Saints, but I'm going to go Lions with an easy win over the Steelers. Their defense. Okay, we'll go 31-13 Lions. And then Minnesota on Christmas Day. I am expecting one of my holidays to be busted. It will be this one. We will have had too good of a life winning 55-10 against the Packers on Thanksgiving. The Vikings come out and get this random win against us 33-31. And we drop 1 game after the bye. And is Julius alive? Is he still there? He is. What do you got, Julius?
I have the Lions sweeping the Minnesota Vikings this season off the strength. And I mentioned to Adam, I think you're away, Nick. J.J. McCarthy is a rookie quarterback, one of several first-year quarterbacks in the NFL. He's not going to be able to handle the NFC North his first season. Lions 28, Vikings 21.
Adam?
I agree, too. I think we're going to sweep the Vikings. Man, Nick, if the Vikings win this game, my poor mother is going to be wondering why I'm so upset at Christmas dinner and after she gave me all her presents and stuff.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
She knows I'm a diehard, and I'm sure she would catch on quite quick. But don't think that's going to be the case. I think the Lions get a Merry Christmas and a Happy Thanksgiving, or whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to go Lions, yes. Bring the boom. Bring the broom out versus Vikings, but also bring the boom out versus the Vikings. I do think we do bring the boom. I'm going to go 31-15. Lions win this one, and they just dominate start to finish.
Wrap up the season at Chicago, Adam?
Chicago. That's a tough one. All right. We got the QR code blocking out my
Oh,
record.
yeah, you're right.
What am I at? I believe I have 4 losses.
You are 11-5, brother.
Okay, perfect. This is exactly what I had. 12-5. I think the Lions are going to finish up 12-5. Could be some other losses, flip-flop losses, but that's my overall season prediction is 12-5. I think the Lions are going to dominate some games. Lions are going to, look like they might not be Super Bowl contenders some games. But Week 18, Chicago, I think this is going to be a snow game. I think this is going to be a Jahmyr Gibbs just emergence, dominance, maybe a little Dave Montgomery sprinkled in. But I think we rush all over the Bears. I'm going to go Lions. Lions 24.
Hold on.
And
Yeah, gotcha.
Undo.
24.
Lions 24 and Bears 17.
Okay, 24-17 to finish 12-5 on the year. Julius, what say you?
Nick, I can't believe you got the Vikings ruining all of our Christmases, bro.
I know,
I
dude.
really, really can't believe that.
I know.
But anywho, going on to Chicago, Week 18, season wrapping up. Lions 12-4. So with the Lions being 12-4, I still think they have something to play for, and I think that will be the first round bye, the first overall seed in the NFC. So they will come at Chicago heavy to the tune of ending the season beating the Bears 31-0.
Woo! Love that. Ben Johnson can go
Nicky
ride a
Ritter
pole.
and a skunk. Love that, Julius.
I'll also go Lions to take home this win after they lost to the Bears the first game. They will win this in the snow 20-3 and finish 13-4. But we ain't done yet, boys. We down here. Let's go wild card. Do either of you have any wild card prediction? Whether that is we do not play, or we win against a certain team, or we lose against a certain team. I'm gonna start. I do not think we win the number 1 seed. I do think we are the number 2 seed, play the 7 seed, which I'm going to just predict right now. Nick says Lions beat, let me think, 2 seconds. Lions beat Cardinals 31-20 in the wild card. Okay, we'll go to Julius. Julius, what do you think is going to happen? Do we play in the wild card round or not?
No, we get a first round bye because we just shut out the Bears on the road.
Julius, bye. Okay, Adam?
I am going to go, yes, I'm with you, Nick. I don't think, especially with 12 wins, I don't
12
think
wins ain't going to win the conference.
I think the Lions will be the 2 or the 3 seed. And the Cardinals, I kind of
Yeah, don't steal mine.
I won't steal yours. My initial thought was the Green Bay Packers. I think the Packers sneak in a wild card. I still believe the Lions will win the division, but the Packers or potentially I don't know.
Give me a team. Give me a score.
I think it's going to be an NFC North team, but I'm most confident in the Packers. I'm going to go Lions beat the Packers for the 3rd straight time, showing Matt LaFleur who his daddy really is. I'm going to go Lions. We will be at home 28-20.
Okay. Then you're on for divisional. Give me your divisional team.
Divisional, I think we advance and we get the LA Rams, as we so love to play so much in the playoffs.
Okay, LA Rams. And what do we have? What happens in there?
I think we're going to take out Stafford yet again. And I'm going to go Lions win it 20-17. I think it's going to be a close one, but we'll get them by a field goal.
All right, Julius, what do you got? Oh, this isn't going to work for me, is it? What do you got, Julius?
I got the Lions beating the Washington Commanders 24-23 in the divisional round.
24, 23, is that what you said?
Yep.
Ooh, I wasn't prepared for this. It was off the cuff, and it's killing me right now. All right, divisional. Nick says Lions beat.
Shoot.
Lions beat the Falcons 33-24. Michael Penix has a year this year, boys.
Wait, can I change my 2 seed or the first the wild card? I think we beat the 49ers.
Oh, okay.
We have to get revenge on every single team. This is gonna be the revenge of the revenge tour.
I love that. Championship game. I bet the Eagles make it back. We are playing at the Eagles, who are the number 1 team. Lions beat Eagles in Philly 28-25. Julius, Lions in the NFC Championship game. What do you say?
A dream come true, fellas. A dream come true. The Detroit Lions will beat the LA Rams 35-28.
Okay. Adam, championship game. What do you got?
I'm right there with you, Nick. I alluded to this earlier in the season. Lions wouldn't play the Eagles once. I think they'll play them twice. Lions are going to beat the Eagles this time in the Link, having a little prior experience playing in the Link. I'm going to go, I think it'll be close to 26-21.
And then, Adam, you are our first Super Bowl prediction. What do you got?
I mean, if they made it this far already, can't doubt the boys. Now, the tricky part is, who are they playing?
That's the tricky part, yeah.
Like the 18th time, the Ravens, Bills, Bengals. Said the Bengals last year. That was busted within like 3 weeks, so short-lived. I really want to double down with the Bengals again, but I think we get finally the Chiefs aren't in the AFC Championship game. Bengals, Bills, AFC Championship game. Bills get the job done. We see America's Super Bowl of the Lions versus the Bills. Regardless, one team's fan base is going to have the best day of their lives. And unfortunately, we have to deliver a 5th Super Bowl loss to the Buffalo Bills.
Score?
I'm going to go 31-30.
Love it. Julius, Super Bowl prediction on May, what's today's date? 16.
On May 16th, the Lions will win the Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals, the same team they lost against in the regular season on my schedule.
Yeah.
They will be losing at halftime, 17-3. They will win this game 30-29 on a game winner for Jake Bates.
30.
Pandemonium down Woodward Avenue.
That's what it would be.
All right. I love that. I love both you guys. Bills, Bengals. Nick, Lions will definitely win the Super Bowl.
He wants to say the Chiefs, but he doesn't want to be too chalk.
No, it's definitely not the Chiefs. I want to run back my last year Baltimore Ravens. I'm just trying to think if this is finally the year Lamar wins in the playoffs over Josh Allen. I really like your pick, Adam, and I do think it's Bills' year. But I'm going to be different. I did it last year. I'm going to run with it this year. Lions beat Ravens, and this is the same score I had last year. Is it the same score? Oh, it's the same score that Adam did. 31-30. Lions win the Super Bowl. We're only 76 days away from the first Detroit Lions live
July 31st.
season game. July 30th.
July
Not even wait
football.
until August. July football. Detroit Lions in Canton, Ohio, against the Chargers. Adam, take us away. This has been an hour and a half show. It's
Yeah,
not a
as
show
always,
ever.
thanks to everyone for sitting through the long haul. Had to talk a little Tigers before. That's why some of these shows are starting to run a little longer. But the Tigers are just too good to not watch or not talk about. They're about to be on in a few minutes here, so go catch Tigers. Catch us at Honolulu Blues _, on the X app. Check us out YouTube, Spotify, all that good stuff. Individually, if you want to check us out, you got Nick Fate. No, I thought my thing was going to reach onto yours, but that did not work. Nick Faber NFL for Nick. We got the fifth top for Julius and an everyday FFB for myself. As always,
Go Lions.
Lions.
2-2 count, bottom of the first. Here we go.